Hey YouTube, A.Maze here, back again with another video. Thank you for watching and welcome to our channel. Alright guys, so today's video, how to cope with regret. Alright, I have tips for you. Alright, some of my tips are to help you prevent future regret, and some help you cope with the regret that you're currently facing. Alright, now before I get into the tips, I want to share with you some information that I gathered from this website. It was a blogger named Mr. Jim Hort. He talked about regret, okay? And so in it, he talked about two types, okay? You have errors of omission and errors of commission. Errors of commission, those are the regrets, the things that we've done that we wish we would not have done. They have more of a short-term, pain to them. They're easier to get over, easier to make peace with and rectify, okay? Main reason because it's something we've done. Okay, we've done it. It gave us an answer, and they said the most common emotion tied to that type of regret is anger. Okay, that's most common, and it's also most common amongst people in their 20s and 30s. Then you have errors of omission. Those are the regrets of things we didn't do. Okay, you find the pain from that more common amongst the elderly, and it has a more long-term effect, because you're left with questions in your head. You didn't do something, so you're left wondering, as opposed to an error of commission where I did this, okay, now I know this is my result. But when you don't do something, you're left wondering about the possibilities. Okay, our imagination will run wild. It's just as bad as like our words. Okay, your words can either build or tear down. Same with your imagination. You'll take your imagination to all these unnecessary places and cause yourself unnecessary pain. All right. So yeah, that has a more long-term effect on you, and it's harder to get over, but it can be done. All right. So with that being said, let me mention one more thing I got from the article. Mr. Hort talked about this. The Zygarnik effect, okay? That applies more so to the errors of omission, okay? Because it says our minds hate unfinished business. Your brain will not be happy until you complete a task. So, and that applies to anything, big or small, whether it's you didn't finish folding your laundry or you didn't finish graduating college, okay? Either way, our minds can't rest until something is complete. So with that being said, let's get on with the tips, all right? So I have 7 tips today. Okay, let's get started with number 1. All right, so how to cope with regret. My number 1 suggestion for you guys would be only do things that you would not be ashamed to explain. Okay, so that's kind of self-explanatory. Now, when I say that, we're not talking necessarily about the judgment of others. Okay, because I came up with my own quote, and that is, you can have a halo, angel wings, and walk around in solid gold shoes, and somebody's going to still have something bad to say, right? So when I say that, don't do things that you'd be ashamed to explain. I'm talking about your inner satisfaction, all right? Most of us, we want to feel good, We want to break the monotony of life. We want, excitement. That's why we make impulsive decisions. And a lot of times we regret that, It's not thought through all the way. Which is understandable because it's impossible to think everything through all the way, This world, this earth is a mystery to us, right? So that's why it's impossible to have the answers to everything. We don't always think things through, and we can't always think things through, all right? So you just have to have balance, all right? Just like you need a balanced diet, you need balance in your decision making. So what I suggest is, the next time you want to do something, especially something impulsive, give yourself a mental cue. Stop in that moment and ask yourself this one question. This will help you free up a lot of regret in the future. And that is, okay, if someone were to ask me, why did you do that? Right? Ask yourself, would I be able to stand with my head held high and with conviction and confidence and say, well, yes, I did this because... And you will feel good about it. You, not the person asking or anybody watching. We're not necessarily concerned with anyone's judgment of you. We're concerned with how are you going to feel. Ask yourself how you would feel explaining this. And if you feel like you'll be okay with it, then go ahead with it. That's something you can do. That'll help a whole lot, all right? So only do things you won't be ashamed to explain. Let's move on. Number 2. Remember that the things you've done have led you here. All right? And that applies to both errors of omission and errors of commission. Right? You know, I was looking at Instagram this morning. Somebody had a post that said, if you run into roadblocks, it's because God can see storms ahead. All right? And that's true. You know, just because we think something good for us, it may not be. That's basically it, guys. If you fail to make a decision and to this day you still wishing, oh, I wish I would have took that trip to Japan. That would have been so good. Don't do it. It wasn't meant for you to go. All right. God gives us messages and tells us what to do. Just like he can do that, he can block our thinking. Maybe he didn't want you to go, or she, you know. God, the universe is in charge. So you have to put that into perspective as well. Don't allow the time and the energy that you're spending on wallowing in the decision you failed to make or the decision you did make to interfere with the manifestations that you have to create. All right, because they will. They're getting in the way of things that are up and coming for you. You need your energy for your up and coming blessings. Save that energy for the up and coming blessings. Now, in order to do that, to make this less of a problem for you, handle this like you would anything else that you perceive as negative, and that is change your opinion about the whole thing entirely. It'll change the way you feel. Again, baby steps, repetition, and time is what you need, but it'll work. As long as you stay dedicated, okay? Stay dedicated to daily affirmations. You want to script it out, and you want to use physical rituals. Those 3 things consistently every day. In 2 weeks, you'll start to feel it. You'll feel different. It's not going to hurt as much. The longer you do it, the easier it will be to get over it. I promise you. And also, keep reminding yourself that I'm blocking my future blessings, okay? Don't waste your energy. Okay, once you've been awakened, everything already is energy, but now you're aware of it. You're aware that you have power in your energy. So don't waste it, okay? Come up with daily affirmations, all right? You can say, there's all kind of things you can say. You know, say something that applies to your life, but I'll just give examples and suggestions in case you can't think of anything. Ideas will come to you, I promise it. The universe never misses a beat, you know? When you stay connected, you will get the messages, all right? But you can try saying, this was meant for me. This is how my life should go. You know, something like that. Stare yourself in the mirror. That helps very much. So you're staring at your soul when you do that. And you're implanting this in your subconscious. You got to retrain your brain. And I promise you, with time, the pain you feel, the anger you feel, whatever it is you keep holding on to, it's going to slowly dissipate. It's going to fade away. All right? Do all 3 things. Like I said, come up with some kind of daily ritual that has something to do with what you want to forget. I mean, you know, the opposite, okay? Like if, I'll just give the example, I said a trip to Japan. Plan a trip. You may not have the money yet, but look at pictures of Japan. Look at things that have to do with the thing that you wish you could have done. Manifest it for yourself. Recreate it, okay? Now that you're older, now that time has passed, you missed out. Okay, don't worry about the money. Manifest the trip. Plan a trip to Japan, Australia, Africa. Go a lot of places, okay? When you envision it, you will get messages on how to make this happen for yourself. That's why you have to be in tune with your divine leadership, okay? Whether it's repeating numbers or incidences. I did a video about that not too long ago. Have faith in the messages. They're telling you how to get to what it is you want to get to. Before I move on to number 3, I want to say this last thing, because this might inspire you, okay? There was this video on the YouTube channel called You Are Creators. And Mr. Justin Perry did a story about this lady named Helen Hodel. Helen Hodel won 5,000 contests. She started in her 40s. I think she's close to 80 years old now. 5,000 contests, y'all. I'm talking about, and she was specific about everything she wanted. Uh, I'm gonna put a link to that video down in my description box because I want you guys to watch that. Talking about inspiration. Okay, she made it happen. 5,000 contests. When I seen that video, guys, you want to know something? I start signing up every contest I can find. You know how you go to Rite Aid or anywhere? I went to Arby's and then I went to Family Dollar, and on there, you know how they say answer this survey so you can be put in our drawing. I did that. I'm signing up for every contest I run into. No joke. After seeing that video. Okay, and then, you know, I noticed on those receipts it's the same contest, even though it's different companies. They could be owned by the same corporation. I don't know, but all I'm saying is, like, the contest is when you do the survey, they put your name in the drawing for 10 chances to win $1,000 every week. Both places, Family Dollar and Arby's. So next time you get receipts and stuff like that, you know, sign up for those contests. Most people probably don't. They just toss their receipt because they thinking like, well, what are the chances of me winning? That's a better chance for you. So try it. Try it, y'all. Miss Helen Hodel, she has a formula. Okay, her formula is called SPECT. All right, SPEC, which means selected, projected, expected, collected. Okay. When you project, be specific about everything you want, down to the last detail. That's being a deliberate creator. And I'm telling you guys this to say this. Do that. Instead of wasting your energy on the regret you have, pining over the past of something you either did or didn't do, take that same energy and use Miss Helen Hodel's formula, SPEC. Selected, projected, expected, and collected. And be specific, because when you see the video, you'll see what I mean. I'm talking about, she specifically named everything she wanted to do. She won a contest. One of the contests she won was a trip to Paris. I'm talking about, she described, I want to sit down on this specific bench. I want to go to this specific diner. I want to go here, here, here. Then it was New York. I want to do this, that, and every last thing she said she wanted, it happened. Just because she believed, okay? And that's all I'm telling you guys. Know that that'll happen for you, and that'll discourage you from holding on to things you can't fix. Okay. Now, if you have a regret about something you said to a loved one, like you might have a cousin you close with, the last time you saw him, y'all argued, now y'all don't speak no more, and it still bothers you because you knew you was wrong. If it's something like that, all you got to do, number one, is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself anyway, in any kind of regret you have. But I'm talking more specifically about this because a lot of people go through this. Once you've forgiven yourself, contact that person, okay? Try Facebook, if you can find them. If you can't find them, it's not your fault. The universe probably don't want you to apologize. You never know. But if you feel, if it resonates with you to do so, do it. Okay? For the sake of your inner peace. And don't worry about their response. Some people respond to apologies different than others. Some people are thankful and they say, okay, thank you, I appreciate that apology. Some people be like, well, it's too late. I don't want to hear from you. Fine. It doesn't matter. The result of it is not the issue. All you trying to do is seek inner peace, okay? So if it is something you can do about it, do it. If there's nothing you can do at all, just move on, okay? It wasn't meant for you to. All right, that's how the universe communicates with you. The universe will present to you the things that you can do. If you don't see any way of doing it, then don't do nothing. It's not meant, all right? Life is not supposed to be hard. Let's move on to number 3. Take time to create something different. See? So all of these tie into each other. Use that energy to create something new. Whatever it is you're regretting, make it anew. Okay? If you regret because maybe, let's say for example, when you were in high school, you were very timid and shy. But because of that, you didn't try out for the basketball team. But your basketball skills is outstanding. I mean, you can go one-on-one with Michael Jordan, and give him a little challenge. That's how good you are. But you beating yourself every day because you like, dang, if I would have tried out, I could have went to the college and been a star, and they probably would have, put me in the pros. Who knows? And now you sitting there swirling with all this in your head because you didn't try out for the team, right? So what you do is, when you're going through something like that, you feel like you missed out on a life-changing event. Think about the person you were back then when you made that decision, okay? Or didn't make a decision, whichever the case. Analyze that person you used to be. Figure out the traits that led you to that decision. Now it's time for you to reprogram your subconscious, okay? Say to yourself, okay, I was so timid and shy, no more of that. You still struggling with it, so you have to reprogram yourself. You can record your own voice if you want. And when you put your own voice on a recorder, while your brain is on its way to theta state, 20 minutes prior to you falling asleep, put your earphones in and listen to yourself saying, I am strong. I am committed. I am assertive. Whatever it is, the opposite of how you were when you made this undesirable choice in your life. Okay? You want to redirect your thinking so that you can redirect your feelings and therefore redirect your actions and redirect your life. Okay? So yeah, number 3, take time to create something different. Start over. Okay? Manifest something that will erase all that pain and use your energy toward doing that. Change the meaning of it, the opinion of it, so you can feel better. Number 4. Okay, well, I already explained. Number 4 is change your perspective on the event or non-event. So I just got through saying that, basically. You have to look at it for what it is, okay? You wouldn't be where you are if it weren't for that. Think of it that way. You've had this spiritual awakening now, and who knows? That regretful decision you made is probably what led you here, right? A lot of times people who go through a lot of trauma have spiritual awakenings. I'm not saying everyone does, but a lot of people do. Some people, all the people that I've heard of, I'm not that many, it's not that many of us out here, but, they've gone through some things. God chooses certain people for certain things for a reason. And we all have the same ability, but we all don't come to that realization, though. And if you have the desire to come to that realization, like I explained in another video I did just previously, the video is called, Does the Law of Attraction Really Work? And in that video, I explained that if you don't believe that you've had a spiritual awakening, but you want one, all you got to do is ask. If you go to God and you ask for guidance, He'll give it to you. I did that years ago. I talked about that in another video I made. How to know if you've had a spiritual awakening. And I years ago, I said, God, I just want to walk in the light with you. Years later, I had a spiritual awakening. Check that video out too. I explained the whole thing, how it happened for me. But yeah, once you've had a spiritual awakening, you now are able and much easily to change your perspective on life because you have angel guides. It's no longer that you believe, you now know. So you can be confident in knowing that the guidance you need will come. You don't have to be afraid to make decisions. And you'll also notice on your journey that you will live with less and less and less regret because you're following your divine leadership, okay? You're being divinely led, so the decisions you make won't be wrong because God is telling you what to do. Okay? All right. Number 5. Don't be a victim of your imagination. Okay? So again, if you are suffering, if you wallowing, if you feel sorrow, even anger, whatever negative emotions you keep feeling and your mind's drudging up this regret, especially from errors of omission. That's the main one, because that's a doozy right there, because you got all these questions in your head and you got all these possibilities, and it's like, damn, if I only did, damn, why I ain't do that? I did. No. That's your imagination. There are infinite possibilities, but focus on the positive ones, and if you can't do nothing about it and it's gone, let it go. Your imagination. Give yourself a mental cue to remind yourself, okay, my imagination is an enemy right now. You know, get control of your mind. And you know, your mind can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. So get control of it so it can be your best friend. Use your imagination for future. Okay, it's going to take time. Okay, none of this is easy, right? But it can definitely be done, and it will be done. All right, it will be done. All you got to do is stay dedicated. Give it a month. After a month, you're going to feel so much better if you stay consistent. It's up to you to be consistent, okay? Try my formula. Like I said, do verbal affirmations every day. Written scripting, okay? And also find a physical ritual, okay? A physical ritual of any sort that soothes you and gets you closer to connection with source. It could be meditating, lighting a candle and meditating on that candle. It could be listening to soft music. It could be listening to your own voice. You might record your voice. Do all that stuff. Make sure you do it at bedtime too. If you go on YouTube and find some guided meditation or you create your own, just keep reprogramming yourself. Look at me, y'all. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Keep reprogramming your subconscious, okay? That's the key. As long as you know that you can change, okay, everything is mental. If you know you can change and you stay dedicated, you will. And quit telling yourself it's hard. Because if you keep telling yourself it's hard, it will be. Alright? If you want this change, it is going to happen for you. I believe in you. Believe in yourself, alright? Alright. Number 6. Don't act in haste. So don't hurry up and make decisions. Don't do that no more. Wait for your divine leadership. You'll know. You can even say, source, please tell me something I can understand. Tell me what to do next. And be patient too. 2-3 days might pass and you be saying to yourself, dang, where's the answer? It's coming. It's just not time for you to have it. And if you haven't gotten the message yet, don't do anything. Don't make any decision if you're not sure without getting, you know, the answer from source. Okay? You got we all got our angel guides following us. Ask them. They are there to help you. They want to help you. You asking them for help, they are going to help you. And do breathing techniques. It helps you stay calm, okay? Because yes, we can get impatient sometimes when we waiting for anything to happen. You know, our answers to come, our material possessions to materialize in front of us. We get impatient, but breathing techniques help. Once you get that breathing and slow your heart down and everything, you can think better. Remind yourself that it's all going to work out. Okay, I downloaded an app off the Play Store that gives me random affirmations throughout the day. That helps. It's like mental cues I can look at. Number 7. This is the last one, y'all. Use the past to teach you. So see, everything that's bad, you turn it into something good. So you say to yourself, I'm not doing that no more. Okay? The next time I feel this way, I'm going to go ahead and choose it. You know, if you're dealing with errors of omission and you don't want that, you don't want to miss out on opportunities, you just tell source, you say, please let me know if this is for me. Please, source, will you tell me? And it will tell you. God will tell you if something is for you or not. A situation will occur and you'll understand, oh, that's God. That's God saying, yeah, go on with it. I got the time, I got the money, here, go in my face. Now, if this ain't a message, I don't know what is. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Your divine leadership. You will never be, misled by the divine, okay? Because you got a mission you're on. He chose you for it. So why would he send you in the wrong direction, right? If you got questions for me, please send me an email, comment, hit the subscribe button too, and give this video a thumbs up. All right, notification bell, don't forget about that because you need to know. I'm gonna start uploading videos twice a day, guys. I want y'all to stay tuned because I'm ready. I'm ready for these discussions. I got a lot to teach y'all. I got a lot to share with y'all. I'm sharing my experience as I go along with you, okay? And the things that I'm learning. And if you got some suggestions for me, tell me. I need them. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. I love doing this. I regret that I have to go. Before I do, though, I'm going to read this to you. Regret is such an appalling waste of energy. You can't build on it. It's only good for wallowing. Okay? Said by Miss Catherine Mansfield, a British writer. See? All right, y'all. Until next time, bye for now.